Geometry Wars Retro Evolved 2 was released on July 30th, 2008 to the Xbox Live Arcade. As the sequel to one of the most popular games on the Xbox Live Arcade, this game had some big shoes to fill in order to top the original. So is this game a worthy sequel? Let's find out. The graphics in this game have doubled down on the neon coloring, style, and effects. Now, although I like neon, I do believe this game overdoes it. The enemies are way too bright for my liking, and the effects are so extreme that they can become distracting and can completely disorient you. Just like the first game, you are piloting your ship around a board that fills up with enemies that you must destroy in order to survive and get a high score. You still die in one hit, start with a limited amount of lives and screen-clearing bombs, and get a temporary shield when you die. What's new in this game is the introduction of the gems, which are small green diamonds that are dropped when defeating enemies, which now act as a multiplier. You control your ship with the left stick and fire your weapon with the right stick, while both triggers will detonate your bombs. There are 7 game modes: Deadline, King, Evolved, Pacifism, Waves, Sequence, and Multiplayer. Deadline is where you're given 3 minutes to get as high a score as you can, while in King you are only able to shoot if you are in one of the randomly appearing King zones. Evolved is the same as it was in the first game, which is to say you are trying to survive for as long as you can, while also trying to get as high as a score as you can. In Pacifism, you are not able to attack, and the only way to destroy the enemies is to fly through the gates, while Waves is a non-stop assault of the rocket enemies. Sequence is where you must defeat a set of enemies in a sequence in order to move on to the next sequence. Finally, we have Multiplayer, which allows you to play the 6 previously mentioned game modes in either versus or co-op with up to 1 to 3 friends. Since this is a sequel, the difficulty has been ramped up significantly. The spawn rate of the enemies have been increased, the effects can be distracting, the enemies are much more aggressive, and with the introduction of gems, not only are bombs and lives harder to get, but now in order to get a high multiplier, you must risk dying to pick them up. This game has fast-paced electronic music to fit with the neon style and the gameplay. The tracks all play in sync with the gameplay because the longer you play, the more intense the music will get. These tracks will definitely pump you up and energize you while playing. So, is this game a worthy sequel? I would say yes. Taking what worked from the first game and adding onto it in the form of new game modes and introducing the new Geo mechanic makes the game feel like a true evolution. Combine that with the return of the awesome electronic music and the still great twin-stick shooter gameplay, it's pretty obvious why I would have this stance, even if the neon graphics went a little overboard for my liking. So with all that said, I would definitely recommend this title. Thanks for watching.